Hey everybody, my name is James and this is West Tennessee Living. Appreciate you stopping by the channel. I want to talk a little bit today about the pros and cons of having a dump truck versus a dump trailer. And before I can really get into much of this, I kind of have to tell you a little bit about myself and what I use it for. My business, primarily I do roofing. I do metal roofing. In our area, the roofing kind of stops around winter time, anywhere from November on through to pretty well March of the following year. So roofing slows down, so I do small excavation. I call it excavation because I don't know what else to call it. I haul gravel, I haul dirt, parking pads, driveways, and I use my tractor to do it. And a lot of the times I find myself having to haul small loads of gravel or small loads of dirt. I also do land clearing, so I have to haul brush and trees and stuff away from the job site. And I had a little dump trailer. It was a 5x10, I believe it was, and I absolutely loved it. I got a really good deal on it. I bought it from a friend here locally, and I used the dickens out of that thing. What I loved about it is I was able to get it into small spaces. I was able to do a lot of different kind of jobs with it because of the places I could get it in at, but I was very limited as to how much I could actually haul. So I kind of had to make the jump between how much I could haul, what jobs I could take, and of course the whole CDL routine kind of worried me too. But anyways, I just wanted to go back. So that's kind of what I do. I haul rock, I haul dirt, I spread it, I do parking pads, I do driveways. Now if I have really large jobs, anything over 20 ton, I have the rock directly delivered to my job site. I subcontract that out. But anything smaller than that, I have the rock delivered to my property. I keep it in stock, and then I load up what I need in the truck, and then I take it off. So a couple of pros and cons. One thing I like about the dump trailer is the versatility and the fact that you can get into some really small places with it. The trailer that I had, I could only haul about 5 ton on it. I didn't have to worry about messing up somebody's grass. I didn't have to worry about getting stuck with it. It was small enough I could back it in just about anywhere. I really liked it. So obviously a con to that is if I had anything over a 5 ton job, I would have to take it, dump it, come back, dump it, come back, dump it. I mean, it make a lot of trips if I wanted to do that. And the small increments to the large increments, there's too much of a gap in between there. It wasn't really conducive for me. That's why I decided to go with the truck. A pro to the dump trailer also is you can tow a trailer with the existing truck that you have, depending on the size of the truck. You're not looking at another set of tires. You're not looking at big tires. You're not looking at a motor, oil changes, brakes. You're not looking at more insurance or more registration or more licensing, depending on the size of the trailer. So that is a pro to the dump trailer. You hook it on the back of the truck. You don't have to do anything special. Just take off and go. Dump trucks are very expensive. If you're going to get one, like I've got my Ram, my 3500 Ram. I mean, it's got AC, it's got electric seats, it's got a nice radio. I mean, it's very comfortable. This truck here doesn't have any of that. So if you're looking for more of a comfort and you already have a really good work truck, you may want to go ahead with the dump trailer to tow with your existing vehicle that you're already paying insurance and registration on and everything else. So that also is a pro towards the dump trailer. And there's a couple of others. I'm just kind of pointing out the ones right off the top of my head. Another thing I like about the dump trailer is if your truck was to ever break down, or if you ever had to have maintenance done on it or anything like that, your truck can be off site somewhere. You can get another truck, hook up to the trailer, and just keep on trucking business as usual. If you have a dump truck, the motor goes in that thing, your whole operation is sitting until you get it fixed or whatever else. But if you have the trailer, it can be pulled with multiple different vehicles. So that right there is another pro to the dump trailer. Now I kind of want to switch gears and talk about the truck. There's a couple of reasons why I decided to go with the truck. I had a dump trailer. I bought one. It was paid for. It wasn't costing me any money. But I got a really good deal on this truck. And after I got the truck, the trailer ended up sitting. I never used it. It was just more convenient for me to use the truck. So I ended up selling the dump trailer. So for what I do, for what I'm using it for, that right there already kind of tells you a little bit of my opinion between the two. But I will tell you the number one reason why I went with the dump truck opposed to the trailer, and it's this right here. There's a lot of times where I have to take a load of rock to a dump or to a job site, and then I have to spread it. I have to actually work the material once I'm there. When I had the dump trailer, I would have to come to my property, load the rock on the trailer, go to the job site, dump it, come back to my property, pick up the tractor, go back out to the job site, work the material, load the tractor back up before I could come home. And again, that might not be an issue for you. Again, I'm just shooting out some pros and cons. I'm just telling you what works for me. What I'm able to do with this here, well, actually two things. So I can put around 8 to 9 tons of rock on my truck. Then I can load up the tractor. Then I can go to the job site, do my business, and come home. My small dump trailer, I could only haul 4 to 5 tons. So I would have to leave my tractor here, load up, go dump the first load, come back, get another load, go back out to the job site, dump it, come back home, get my tractor, then go back out to the job site, finish my job before I could come home. I mean, I was making 3 and 4 trips out of one job. Where with this rig right here, I can take the rock, I can take my tractor all in the same shot, go out, do my job, and be done. You talk about hours of saving time and fuel, not to mention wear and tear. So I've actually got 3 trucks in my business. I have a small little Dodge Dakota that I use for my running around, getting parts, or doing estimates. I have my 3500 Ram. I normally use that to get my material from point A to point B. And then I have this dump truck here. So whenever I actually get to do jobs with this, that is a day that my other 2 trucks get to sit dormant. I'm not wearing and tearing on that. I'm not buying tires. I'm not, racking up miles for oil changes. Having multiple trucks, you think, oh man, that's so expensive. It's that much more I got to do for this, that much more I got to do for that. I plan on making a video here soon to show you all the money that I've saved by actually operating with 3 different vehicles opposed to 1. And you're not going to believe the numbers. I'm gonna have to get them all together and show it to you. But with this here, using this truck, this is a 1976 C60 Chevrolet Bob truck. I paid $3,500 for it, and it runs absolutely wonderful. It's got an old 350 gasoline engine in it. It's got torque and power out the wazoo. I can haul 9 tons of rock on this truck and my tractor and take any hill, any mountain, and it just doesn't back down. It might do a little slower, and it might be loud, but this truck gets the job done. $3,500. That may seem like a lot of money to y'all, and it is. But man, if the motor blows in that, I could probably drop another motor in that for a cool $1,500 or $2,000. And what have I lost? I have to go replace a motor in my Ram, my 3500. We're talking about 10, 15 grand. So just the wear and tear, that's that many miles I'm not putting on my new truck. I can put on this truck. This truck is already old and washed up anyways. There's not much more that can happen to it. So I have no problem with wearing one of these out or using this. That's just that many more miles I don't have to put on my newer vehicle. So like whenever I go out to do jobs, instead of making 4 trips in that, I would much rather take 1 trip in this, take everything with me along the way, and it just saves me a tremendous amount of time. Now, one con that I would say that you do have to be really careful with when you step into the dump truck area, there is issues of CDLs and license, and especially crossing state lines and all that kind of stuff. I don't have to cross any state lines. I don't typically work more than an hour away from my home. And especially when it comes to dirt jobs and gravel jobs, I don't think I've ever driven the truck more than maybe 30 minutes from the house. So it's all very local. Most everything that I do, we live in a very rural community, a lot of farmers around here. I do a lot of work for just common folk. I don't ever have to take this thing out on a highway. I mean, every place I go is on secondary roads, little 2-lane roads or farm roads. And I know it's not like that for everybody in the country. I mean, if you lived in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you can't hardly go anywhere without being on some kind of a highway or some kind of interstate. So this video might not necessarily apply to everybody, and it might not make sense for everybody. I just want to tell you what I'm doing, what's working for me, and maybe it could help you with your situations. But this truck hardly never gets on the interstate, never gets on a 4-lane. I'm always on back roads. I don't really haul a whole lot of rock to raise a lot of suspicion as far as DOT and being pulled over and having my CDL and all that kind of stuff. That is something I am working on. I do want to get all those things. If that's what you need, if that's what you have to do it legitimately and to do it right and to be fair, I want to do all of those things, and that's a part of my process. I'm working through it, taking the tests and stuff. But this here, what I'm using it for, I'm hauling, 5, 6, 7, 8 tons, down a back road to help somebody, put a driveway in where they have a mud hole. And that's what I do. I'm not, building interstates or highways for the county or anything like that. I've been using this truck for a year now, making trips. I've never been stopped. I've never been pulled over. Nobody's ever pestered me. I know I'm very fortunate because not everybody can be that lucky. So that is one con when you jump into the dump truck area. Depending on how much you're going to haul, how much you're going to use it for, where you're going to be going, you do have to be a little bit more delicate. But also, if you got yourself a great big gooseneck, tandem dually gooseneck trailer to pull behind your 1-ton, you're just as much in the CDL issue as anybody else is, because I believe it's anything over 26,000 pounds. You have to have a commercial license for. So now don't hold me to all of that. That's just stuff that I've heard, I've seen on videos and other kind of stuff. So that right there, I don't know if it'd be really worth it to you or not, as far as you have to be just as licensed for that as you would this. So that to me also is a pro or a con when it comes to the truck versus the dump trailer. So I don't really know if any of this information is really helping you any. As far as me, just the general summary of the video here, the differences between the two. I've owned both. I've used both. I love the dump trailer. I do feel like there's a little bit more versatility with the dump trailer as far as getting in places. It's definitely a lot less maintenance. I mean, you don't have any more maintenance on that than you do any other trailer. Wheels and tires, bearings. Of course, you do have the hydraulic system, and most of them they have a battery. So you do have to. There is a little bit of maintenance as far as that's concerned. I do think a dump trailer is probably cheaper. You don't have to have near the licensing or the insurancing or the insurance to operate a trailer. But to me, the dump truck it saves me so much more time, because I can haul my tractor, I can haul the material, I can do everything in one trip, opposed to making 3 trips or 4 trips. So that's just my own opinion. The difference, a dump truck versus a dump trailer. I was able to pick up this truck for $3,500. To buy a trailer that would haul 8 or 9 tons of rock, you're definitely going to be spending more than $3,500. I mean, a dumper gooseneck, I mean, you're probably looking at, I don't know, 10, 15 grand maybe. I'm not sure. But you do have to, you have the turnover depending on how comfortable you want to be. It's a work truck. I mean, I'm already dirty and greasy and smelly by the end of the day anyways. I don't have any AC. I don't have any comforts like that. But I like getting the job done quicker. I like getting it done more efficiently. And that's why I personally decided to go with the dump truck opposed to the trailer. So anyways, I hope this video was a little bit of a help to you. Maybe it gave you some information. Maybe it gave you some things you weren't necessarily thinking about. But I really appreciate you watching the video. Thanks for stopping by. I'd really appreciate if you'd leave me a like and even consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. Again, my name is James. This is West Tennessee Living, and I hope you have a great day.